Hey guys, how you doing? It's Jeremy here with wrap up with the Dow Jones. If you want to bear with me, I've got some issues it looks like going on. There we go. All right, now we can see what are we looking at? We're looking at the Dow Jones futures right now. Small. Hopefully that looks a little bit bigger to you guys than it looks to me. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. It's been kind of a interesting day, up and down, but mostly down. Do believe at its peak it was about even, flat for the day, which is pretty much to be expected with it's about what you would expect with the Fed coming tomorrow. It'll be pretty flat going on probably until about 2 o'clock tomorrow. You wouldn't really expect anything to move too much. Let's see, switch this over here. Let's go to the daily chart and let's see what's broken. So far, that's broken. All right, let me know if it's switched to the daily chart. Can somebody... it's the dogs. All right, there we are. Now we're on the daily chart. Should be able to see it right now, way on the right side right here. You can see that we just bounced off the 27,000 level, and that's what I've been watching. I think come tomorrow when the Fed starts talking, we will breach that and we will be in for a little bit of a ride. I have no issue saying that right now. That's just my opinion. Could just go on right on up too. You never know. Well, hello. Who do we have here? All right. So what we've got is a broken uptrend sitting right above support. You never know which way this is going to go. This can go either way, especially come tomorrow with Fed Day. I think we're setting up for a disappointment. You never know, but could go higher, could go lower. I just want to leave it alone for now. So we'll dig into the rest of the individual stocks. Start with Apple. Right here, we've got Apple earnings this afternoon. It has been fairly consistently. Nice little uptrend right here. I'm not going to make a statement as to whether I think this will go up or down. It will definitely either break this resistance right here or it will fall. This wedge or pennant or whatever you want to call it is going to resolve itself this afternoon. It doesn't really need any other description other than that. I can stretch this out right there, and you can see that it is come to its point. You will not see anything. Let's see if I can extend that. Extend that to the right and make it a little bit easier to see. There we go. Grab that. Bring it to its point right there. You don't have any more time left in this pattern. So we're just going to see what's going to happen. We'll find out probably, in about 45 minutes? 45 minutes, not 425 minutes. I realize I kind of don't pronounce that very well, but from there we will see what happens, and I will get into that a little bit more tomorrow. American Express, moving on. Got a nice little uptrend right here. Nothing's broken about it. It's sitting above support. Looks like it rallied above the line a little bit. It's just consolidating. I'd give this some time before I'd mess around with it too much. I don't think it's going to move anywhere anytime soon. If you want to play some options on it, make sure you give it a month or so, maybe 2 months. You can buy in and, you can just play with it. I do believe that you'd use this about 120, call it 126 as your support level and your stop loss if you are going to buy it. American Express. Need to change over my list. Open up Boeing while I do that. My live trading account on my phone. That's where I keep my list. Let's see, Boeing's actually doing pretty good considering the day. Just bounced right off the support right here. I would have no problem buying. And yeah, I have no problem buying right there, and I'd be looking for it to come back up to 160, looks like 169. I do believe it'll do that as long as there's no crazy news, nothing about the max or anything like that to mess up the situation. Let's see. Do believe next up we will have Cat. Looking good. It's holding in its shorter term trend line, but it's also in a wedge pattern. So if you're going to play this, you play it between these two lines right here. You got a longer term downtrend. Looks like that's probably, I probably made that on the 3-year. The 3-year downtrend, yeah. It's been coming down ever since the beginning of 2017. But it's also been forming this wedge right here. I think this is going to go on for a while. You never know. It might break through. It might not. I think this one mostly depends on whether or not there's a trade deal with China or anything that could go on with new NAFTA, whatever you want to call that. The USMCA, I think, is the proper term for it. But I really don't think this is going to go anywhere except for between these two lines for now, so I'm just going to leave that one alone. Cisco. Why Ameritrade? Why? Cisco. Uh-oh. Cisco is doing bad things. It is broken. Let's see, maybe I can adjust this line a little bit, but I do not think we want to mess with this unless you're playing on the short side. Yeah. could just be just inside somebody else's lines. I think that's broken though. I do believe that'd be a good put buy right there, right now. At this very time, let's see. Yep. Broke below it, tried to bounce, bounced off it there, and failed. Yeah, that's the right trend line. You just want to make sure you want to play that from the short side. You buy some puts, sell some calls, whatever, protect your position. It'll be good for you. Sorry, I had an email real quick I had to check. So yeah, this is a prime example of something you might want to trade tomorrow, but you're going to trade it from the short side. Let's see what do we got. What are puts going for on Cisco? Got 3 days left on these. You can play the in the money 56.50 puts for looks like 46-47 cents right now. That is, I would take that. Your break even on that's going to be right at 56. I think you can make that by the end of the week. If you just want to day trade it tomorrow, also a good one. Let's see. Go out a week. It's still not excessive. Yeah, I would definitely take a look at that if you want to. If you're looking to short something or buy some options. That right there. Let's see. I'll put a circle around that. I would definitely. That right there. Come back tomorrow, subscribe to my channel, come back. I'll be earlier tomorrow. I've got to work in the evening, so probably about noon I'll be on, and we will double check what's going on with that. That is my spot right there. 56.40. Yep. Take it down. It's going. Let's see. Let's move on to CVX. Actually, you know what? I'm going to paper trade that right now. Just so I remember. Paper money. Cisco. CO. I'm paper trading this so I can say I told it, I recommended it, and that way you know when you come back tomorrow, I can tell you how it did. So I got the 48.49. Looks like I'm going to be paying 49 cents for this week's 56.50 puts. And they are in the books. Yep. Paper trade's already showing a $5 profit. Alright, so we'll move on. Get back. Just so you know what I'm doing here, I'm switching back and forth on my phone because I actually like Thinkorswim better on my phone. I just use this as my my YouTube channel to make sure everything goes so you guys can see what's going on, and I like it for drawing my patterns and whatnot. Let's see. That was Cisco. So now we're on CVX. CVX. Not really a fan of this one at the moment. Did break out, but it broke out before, came back in, broke out before, it's coming back down. I really don't like playing oil and gas, so I just kind of leave them alone. I watch them just in case something's going on. But CVX and Exxon, I just don't really mess with them. You can see it's a flat It's lat top right there. That looks like 127 about. It's got one. Back out of there. Right there. It's bounced off of it. Hold on. It's like it's bounced off of it pretty much like 5 times, four times, maybe 5 if you count that one, 6, 7 if you want to. That is, I don't know, if it breaks above that 127, what is that, 127, maybe I'll take a look at it for something short term just to play with, but it's not really anything that's going to get me excited. Disney. Disney is its own little thing. Tried to break out of the wedge here. This is that rally when they announced their streaming service. Let me get rid of that. Extend my lines. I think it'll stay pretty much in this pattern for the near future. It might bump up against the top, slap against the bottom. Honestly, I think there's going to be an earnings. What is this? Is this a dividend probably? Yeah, that's a dividend. So we've got earnings right there. Let's see, what's the date on that? 5/7/7. We probably got another month or so before earnings again. I'd leave it alone. It's going to be in that range. It's, again, nothing to get me excited. Dow. The newest Dow member. Dow. This thing is a pile of garbage. I will not mess with this at all. If you want, you can try and play this range. I think this is going to be mostly interest rate bound. It's not my cup of tea, so I'm just going to leave it alone. You can see my support and resistance levels. If it gets above there, I'll start paying attention. If it drops below, same thing. But until then, it just is what it is. Goldman, one of my recent plays that I've had. Got this in a portfolio. I do have portfolios on Tickeron if you want to follow those. Update them every week or so. Basically, a lot of the same information I'm putting on here. So, it's up to you if you want to follow it. But this one also, let's see what we got. Got support down there. Down there. Looks like we've got resistance right there. I'll go ahead and put that line in while you're watching. Let's see where we at. We are right there. That's the line. I want to see it break above that line. 22, 223.60 about. I want to see it close above that and hold above it for a day or two. Preferably it'll come above, drop back down, kiss off of it, and go back up. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I like. And I want to see it hold this trend line. Extend my trend line out to about there. I think we've got some time before that actually happens. What are you doing, you dick? All right, there we go. I think it'll hold that trend line through, hopefully, depending on what the Fed does again tomorrow. Probably we'll see what happens, how the banks react, how interest rates react, see if they think there's more growth coming or not. Goldman Sachs, yeah, I'll follow that trend along for a while. Let's see, Home Depot. I need to clear this off. And we will go take it out remove, clear the drawing set. And let's see what we've got. We have, well, it was a double top, broke the old highs, came back above. This is a weekly chart, so that week it broke through, came back down, kissed off it, and now it's going up again. I think we can ride this one. Daily chart, and we'll drop in a trend line right about there. Got a little bit of a down day today, maybe pick it up tomorrow. Sound like a plan? It's a plan. All right, IBM. IBM, not looking like I'm going to mess with it anytime soon. Let's see. Extend my trend line. Right up there. And you'll see it bounce in between here and there for a while. Looks like it had a good day on earnings, bouncing off resistance. Yeah. I think it's going to stay right there and consolidate for a while. Got your MACD down here starting to converge again. Yeah, I'll just leave it alone. If I can pick it up on this trend line, that's probably something that I'll do. Intel. Looks like it's working its way into a wedge. We've got a lot of wedge patterns going on lately. Not a lot of stuff that I really want to mess with. Intel, you can wait for this to come back into the trend line a little bit, and then you can probably pick it up. Let's see. Yeah, I need to put another resistance level right there. Not text. Price level. Put that right about there. Bounce, bounce, broke below. That's where it opened after earnings. Yeah, that would have been about on the open of earnings. Came up, bounced off it, bounced off it. That's the line I'm watching right there. I want to see it break through that line. If it does, off to the races. If it doesn't, well, it's just going to keep this flat chart right here. And I don't like flat charts. Flat charts are boring. Johnson & Johnson. It's a mess. It's flat. It's been flat for a year. It's probably been flat for more than a year. Got a range 109, 148. Maybe you can play it if you want to. I don't trust that it's going to hold right here. So, yeah, I'm not going to play with it. JP Morgan. Again, just like Goldman Sachs. Bouncing off resistance. Right there. I do believe the Fed will have an effect on this tomorrow. About 2 o'clock Central Time. I'm in Central Time, by the way.